would like to invite Megan and her family, the Hughes family, to come to talk about what we give to our church in the form of stewardship and our stewardship vision for 2025. We are welcoming Clara and Orla and Megan. Thank you so much for giving our stewardship message this morning.
Hello, we are the Hughes family. This week we have been talking about two questions that Pastor James asked us. One was, what do you most appreciate about our church? And the other was, if our church vanished from earth, what would you miss most? I most appreciate the kindness and fun activities for children and adults. If our church disappeared, I would miss the warmth and liveliness of God that I feel here. I would feel lost and think, what on earth should I do? What do you think, Clara?
What do you like most about our church?
I like to learn about God and Jesus and the Old Testament and New Testament.
Very good. If our church wasn't here, how would you feel?
Sad.
Why would you feel sad? Why would you feel sad?
Because I have nowhere to play.
Okay, very good. Hello, church family. I speak from the heart when I say that we're so blessed to be a part of this church community. The last few years that we have been here has been the greatest spiritual growth for all three of us. And granted that their lives have been shorter than mine, but I feel God's love and peace here, and I see it in action. I see the change in my children too. I think the hour my kiddos spend in Sunday school is the most important hour of the week. It gives them the tools they need to live as God's children. Miss Holly and Nance and Emma and all the teachers not only translate the Bible so they can understand it, but they then teach them daily ways in which to live as God calls us. My girls treat each other differently now, and they look to God for answers, which is a beautiful blessing and perhaps the most important building block of their lives. Our stewardship campaign this year is called A Future with Hope. And I can tell you that I've never seen God's love in action as I see it here at this church. I feel hopeful for the future when I'm here. This is the foundation I want for my children. They see here that when one of our church members is having surgery, everyone comes together and helps out with a meal and brings to their house. They see that when tragedy happened in our family, that people flooded us with love and cards and held us up and carried us through. When something happens in their lives now, they talk to Jesus in a way that never happened before. When my dad passed last month, Clara was happy for him. She said, now Papa gets to go to Jesus' birthday party on Christmas. That is hope and faith grown from the seeds planted here in this building. I want my children to believe in the world that we see here in this church community. I want them to know the good in people that we see here. I love all the opportunities that are provided for each of us to grow and learn, from music history lessons with Michael to book studies led by Pastor James and others, and many more programs on the horizon. We should invest in these programs that build all of our personal connection with God, whether we are 5 years old or maybe a few more years than that. 9, maybe 9. In Ephesians, the Apostle Paul emphasizes the importance of growth when he says, instead of speaking the truth in love, we will grow to become, in every respect, the mature body of him who is the head, that is Christ. From him, the whole body joined and held together by every supporting ligament, grows and builds itself up in love as each part does its work. I looked up the word stewardship in the dictionary, and it said, the careful and responsible management of something entrusted into one's care. This church belongs to God, and it's been entrusted into our care. I would love for other families for years to come to feel the love and support that our family has felt. I would like for other people's children to build a foundation built on Jesus' love and to be able to know that anything is possible with God. Orla and Clara and I are committed to giving whatever gifts and talents we can bring to help continue to grow our church for all of us here now, for their children, and for generations to come. We invite you to prayerfully consider joining us and giving your treasures and talents as well. Thank you.